Okay, my friends, here it is. The Monday morning live stream at the Thrive Like a Viking headquarters. We got this new technology, all kinds of new stuff happening. So we are a little bit late today, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So you guys got to let me know about this sound, about the video quality. I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out. So we're going to go along as normal, but we are also going to... you're going to have to bear with me for a little bit of learning curve. You know, this is what it's like when you got to learn, you got to learn. So let me know what the sound is like and all of that. Okay. Because today we got a good topic. We are going to discuss the practices because it's coming time. It's coming winter time. You know, the garden is coming to an end. Winter time is coming. And so we need to know what are the practices that are going to be most conducive to our thriving. So we're going to talk about those today a little bit in detail. I'm going to talk about the supplements, not really supplements, but like herbs and things like that I take and that I would recommend. You know, after many years of being in this thing, I've distilled it to just a handful of things. So let's see. Okay, guys, let me know what this pumpkin. What was the sound check? So I'm standing today. If you guys can't tell, I'm standing on my standing desk. See, I can raise and lower it with a little bit. So let me know where you guys are at, what you got going on. Hello, Carol Fago. Hello, Sam Potzik. Yes, good to see you guys. Carol, haven't seen you here in a while. Kenny Green, Pumpkin. Okay, Freebird, Ms. T, Val. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you, Maniac. All right, we got you. And yes, Maniac, we are sending out, I think we just decided we're sending out stickers with all the orders, pretty much of everything from now on. Why not? So we decided last night to get a big giant one of these made of wood and put it in the back of the garden so that when we do, footage of the garden, there's going to be a huge brand sign in the back. You know, why not? Because it's all about building the brand, right? Okay, guys. So make sure you got to let me know what if there's any issues with the sound, if there's the clipping and all that stuff. I don't yet know how to figure it out, but I'm going to. We're going to get all this stuff figured out, of course. So here we are. Now, let me go ahead and okay, yeah, put the little banner on there. You see, not bad. But guys, we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today. So we're going to talk about the practices that you can be doing after we have a little meditation. So we've got, I'm going to show you the different herb stuff that I take and why. And if you want to take it yourself, I'm going to show you the ideal workout routine, implement, all this kind of stuff. It's all coming. So it's all good. So, yes, Freebird says, super cool morning. Had to pull out sweatshirts in central Indiana. Yeah, 40 something. I mean, it's getting cool. Yes. Yes, Pilar. Going all pro. Got to hit that like button. Let me just go ahead and hit you guys with another banner here. How about that? So let me. It's fun. It's actually kind of fun. So, and then let me know, what you guys think. Down here in the corner, that's not my logo, but it's going to be something somewhat similar to that, I'm thinking. So let me know your thoughts on that. Like, how does that seem like a appropriate, like what it's expressing, what the logo's expressing? Does that seem appropriate? Does that seem like in line with things? Now, of course, that's not good. That's just a stock one from Canva, but it's something like that. So, okay. So if you guys are watching this after the fact, make sure you make yourself heard. Okay. Put it in the comments, what your thoughts are. Put a timestamp so that you can comment on each thing as we go. Okay. Now, we had a question a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to get to the meditation here in just a moment. But we had a question a couple weeks ago by 3Puff. Wait, I don't say the names by the questions. Said, hey, Nate, I had a question. I think we are all working very hard to progress down this path. And as we keep shedding layers, I have to ask, what would a normal day for you be like? Practices, morning routine, work schedule, post-dinner entertainment, etc. I'm still watching 2 hours of TV at night, and I wonder what kind of things you do with your free time and what healthy engagements with that free time looks like in your life. Hope this question makes sense. So, we're going to discuss that topic. Okay. That's a wonderful thing. So it's all going to be kind of tied together. So you guys can just get ideas and tips and things like that for you. Okay. Cowgirl in Arizona says, yes, the logo is great. He needs an orange beard like you. It's true. And it needs to shape it a little bit more. So Freebird says, just wished his face looked a bit happier. That's true. He looks awfully disgruntled, doesn't he? He looks awfully disgruntled, like he's been on a long ship for 2.5 months crossing the ocean, and he's arrived to your village. So yeah, something like that, but a little bit less aggressive. I maybe characterize my own face in some way, so we'll see. Lisa T says, love your chosen font for the up part left banner and stickers. Thank you. Yes, that is, it just came to me all in the one day. So I use it on both the things, and it seems to really be working. Seems to be settling in real nice. Okay. So guys, let us, yes, Ms. T, put your face on him. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Cowgirl in Arizona says, logo needs the master cleanse. LOL. Yes. Ooh, there we go. Thank you, Aaron Johnson. Yes, the face. We like seeing that handsome mug. All right. Well, then, yes, I will just characterize the face and put a horned helmet on myself. Okay, guys, let us drop into the meditative state of mind. All right. So wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, just put it on the shelf for the time being. 5-8 minutes. That's all it takes. All together, let us breathe deeply in, as deeply as you can. Hold. Let it go. Again, breathing fully in. Hold. Let it go. Last one, breathing fully in. Hold. Hold. Let it go. Now allow the body to breathe however it wants to breathe. Relax the body, relax the mind. Let the breathing settle into its natural rhythm. Keep the spine straight, but the body relaxed. And for the duration of this meditation, 5 minutes, 8 minutes maybe, make the commitment to yourself to think of nothing else except for the subtle sensation of air as it flows into the body. The ring around the nostrils, there's a very subtle, faint whisper of air. Focus on this sensation. You don't think about it, you just observe it. You become the sensation completely. Feel the breath as it flows into the body and out of the body. Into the body, out of the body. Feel the chest as it expands, the clothing against your skin. Feel the coolness of the air as it flows in past the nostrils. Just relax the mind. If thoughts or images come into the head, don't worry about it. Don't become agitated. Just allow the thought or the image to float out of the mind like a cloud that's passing in the sky. Watch it as it floats right out of the mind, and bring your attention back to the subtle sensation of air as it flows in and out. the body is deeply relaxed. The breathing has settled into a fine rhythm. If there are noises in the environment, don't engage with them. You just observe. Don't allow the noise to bother you. Dogs barking outside, cars passing, even the sound of my voice. Don't try to make sense of any of it. Just allow the sound waves to travel through the air and to play with your eardrums. The brain will automatically make sense of everything without any effort from you. Notice how the body has become relaxed. Notice how the mind has calmed. For those of you that regularly practice for some time, you will notice that you can almost immediately take control of the mind. Maybe not for a long time, but for a few moments, it's enough. Take the reins of your mind, and it will become quiet, calm, and serene. You will notice a sense of joy and a sense of peace and deep satisfaction arising. You must observe that this feeling, this sensation of peace and joy and of satisfaction and connection, this is not coming from anywhere outside of you. This is originating from the very center of your being, because it is your natural state. It doesn't depend upon anything. All you need to do is get out of the way. Together, let us take 3 deep conscious breaths, breathing fully in. Hold. Let it go. Again, breathing fully in. Hold. Let it go. Last one, breathing fully in, deeply as you can. Hold. Hold. Let it go. As you open your eyes and you come back into what appears to be the external world, realize that this form of meditation is the practice that you need. Beyond anything else, the topic of today's video is practices. This is the top of them all. Observe, observe, observe as often as you can think about it. Just become aware of the sensation of air as it flows in and out of the body. At first, you will have to focus your attention locally on that sensation, but with time and practice, you will be able to remain simultaneously aware of that sensation, but so much more. You'll be able to feel the breeze on your skin. If you're doing it in nature, you'll be able to feel the sun on your skin. You'll be able to feel as you become more and more subtly aware and in tune with the organism. You will even become aware of how your skin, the cells of your skin, drink in the radiation from the sun. They love it, within reason, of course. They love the radiation from the sun. They love that exposure, within reason. Yes. Feel it on your face. You can feel that. You can feel the gravity holding you to the earth. All of that. You will simultaneously be aware. And to simultaneously be aware of all of that, the thought, the ego mind has to get out of the way. Because the ego mind just wants to focus on one little thing in particular and run with that. The ego mind is not good at seeing the total picture, the totality. But your true being, your true nature is the totality. And so you get out of the way and everything becomes clear. It's a wonderful feeling. And with practice, you will be able to just take a couple of breaths. And you will drop right into the meditative state, no matter what you're doing. And you will have control over your mind and over your experience. That's what it's all about. You taking control. So, if you can't tell, I'm standing today. So I hope that it's not too distracting, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's a whole different camera angle, whole different technology we're using. So it's cool. Things need to naturally sort of progress, right? So the question was, hey, Nate, I had a question. I think we are all working very hard to progress down this path. And as we keep shedding layers, I have to ask, what would a normal day for you be like? Practices, morning routine, work schedule, post-dinner entertainment. I'm still watching 2 hours of TV a night, and I wonder what kind of things you do with your free time and what healthy engagement with that free time looks like in your life. Hope this question makes sense. Yes, it does. Definitely makes sense. So we're going to talk about that here. John Saldana says, Nate, I like the new streaming software. Looks good. Which one did you end up using? I ended up going with StreamYard because it's more user-friendly. You're a tech guy, so Wirecast really would work for you. I'm not. I am a grower at heart. I'm many, many things, but a tech guy is not one of them. So I use it as much as needs to be, in so much as a tool that it allows me to connect with you guys. Beyond that, that's all. I'm not about it. So StreamYard's very user-friendly for someone like me. So let us get to the question then. So it took some time for me to, once I came back from the mountains, it took some time for me to normalize my life, because traveling and being in the mountains and stuff, it was really unregimented, especially traveling every day. Every moment of every day is a fresh new experience. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going to happen, where you're going to sleep. And at that time in life, in my early 20s or 20s and early 30s, I lived for that. I love that feeling, but now I'm 39 now. So that's, the past 5 years, give or take, have really changed everything. I mean, totally changed. So now I value the consistency that comes with a routine. I love how the body responds to a routine, to doing it consistently. So this is what I've learned, is that it's so important to be consistent, more important than doing it really intensely. Just sometimes, just do a little bit every day, and keep that in mind as I discuss these practices, which you're about to see. Then keep in mind, implement it into your life in a daily way, in a way that is consistent, just a little bit. You don't have to meditate for 2.5 hours every day. 5 minutes a day is much more beneficial than going to a Thursday 2-hour meditation, every Thursday. And I know this because I taught meditation for a couple of years at the Indiana Buddhist Temple, and the people that progress are the ones that make it a part of their life. Okay. Let's see. Cowgirl in Arizona says, gosh, Nate, I've been doing meditation for 20 years or more, but never been able to clear my mind until recently. Yes. Thanks for the guided meditations and encouraging us to practice daily. Thanks. Definitely. That's what it's about, my friend. And so many times we overcomplicate something that is as simple as things can be. We just clear the mind. But it starts by people looking within and realizing that how difficult that is. If you say, okay, just empty your mind. Oh, okay. Immediately thoughts are come back in. I mean, the mind wants to engage again. Well, only once people begin to observe the happenings of their mind do they see how little control they actually have over their mind. And if you don't have control over your mind, how are you going to control anything in your life? So it all starts with that, because the mind is the precursor to everything. And so we train the mind. That's first and foremost. Okay. Double Out Carlos says, hi, Nate, how do you organize the notes on your wall? Yes, we will talk to that here in a moment. So the morning routine, well, actually, we'll just talk about this. This is the book that I'm writing, the gardening book. So I've got it sectioned off: soil, seed, support, sustenance, and storage. And then I'm going down and writing just a bit about that, because I need to make a pitch to give to a publisher or something this coming winter. And so it got kind of shelved for a while, but it's still there. And these are ideas. These are all ideas. That as soon as an idea or something comes into my mind, I like to write it down really quickly. And then if you can see over here is the, you can see I've got a massive dry erase board, and I organize everything on that. So it's Monday, so I erased the things that got done last week. And now after this, I'm going to plan out the whole week here. And then I've got here, I feel like a weatherman. And then I've got here the tasks that need done for the week. And then here is like things I need to get. Here is things that, here's things that video idea, down here's video ideas, long form video, short form video. Here's videos for this channel, videos for other channels. So building the brand, that's one of the headings. So it really helped. That really helps a lot. I can't express how much having that command center helps, because every time I think of something, you just go up there and write it. You just write it. And it's, I wiped it clean and we're redoing it this morning. But very, very useful, guys. I mean, that's probably first and foremost, I would say, to getting things done. If you live a kind of life like this, like me, where you don't have to punch a time card. You have to make your own schedule. Everyone thinks, oh, that would be so nice. I just do whatever I want, whenever I want. In a way, that's true. But at the same time, there's also merits to punching a time clock, because you go to work, you do your job, you punch out, and you leave work at your job, and you go home and you got free time. I never have any free time. All my time is spent with building the brand and moving towards the goal, and sort of, ideas are constantly flowing. And so even there's never like an off time. It's always, and as soon as you publish a video or make content, you got to start thinking about the next content. You got to start thinking about the next topic, the next. So it's wonderful for someone like me that has a really kind of addictive personality. I used to call it that, but now I don't anymore. It's just a really intense personality, sort of. The energy of a disarray, which means to focus. That's where the root word of addiction comes from. So I have that energy, and I have to learn how to move that in a positive way, because for years it led to it was moving me in destructive ways. But now you can focus that on certain things that are really powerful. Yes. Freebird says, I'm a list maker. I love the feeling of marking the things off that I finished. Yes, definitely. It's a wonderful feeling. So on Andre says, I need that organization. Thanks for sharing it. Yeah, definitely. And have different labels. Find whatever system works for you. But I'm the kind of person that needs to see everything all out, all spread out at once. I need to see it all there, because if it's hidden away in like folders and little documents and stuff in a computer, just forget about it. I can't. My mind doesn't work like that. I need to like look at it, boom, and can just see it all. Yeah. So, Pilar, that's a good one. Exactly. Free time is like spare change. It doesn't exist. Right. Exactly. Hey, do you got some spare money? No. I mean, no. I mean, I've got money I can spend on things that I deem important, but spare money? No, nobody does really. So it's yes, Miss KC says, I've been labeled as intense too. I have to make a list and keep calendar to stay focused. Yes, definitely. So the routine. So let us get back to the question. Says, what would a normal day for you be like? Practices, morning routine, work schedule, post dinner entertainment. So I can say that it's essentially I sleep from 11 to 7. I'm very regimented at this point in life, because I feel that's just the energy that comes through now. I used to loathe routine and regimen. I used to do anything to disrupt the regimen, but now I find a peace in that. I find an ease to the body. I find progress is so much easier when you are routined. So what is the routine like that I've settled on these past 5 years is really, and I've tried so many different routines and so many different, when I find something, I'll try it to the maximum degree, until I settle on the right thing for me. And so the sleep schedule is 11 to 7, definitely 11 to 7. I get up and immediately drink a liter of water. Yes. And have a little 5-minute meditation. And then I drink the liter of water, and then I will, very regimented. And then I will clean up the kitchen from the night before, because I make big dinner, big, nice kind of cooking from scratch every day. So I'll clean up the kitchen. And then after that, I will do my kettlebell workout. I will do my training of some kind. And that is kettlebell or burpees, things like that, calisthenics. I have several different routines, but dips, pull-ups, burpees, up downs, and the kettlebell. So then I will do the breathing exercises, 3 rounds of the breathing, which is like a meditation. That part takes about 20 minutes. And right after the kettlebell workout, I do a stretching program, a stretching protocol. And then I do the breath work, the meditation, and then I have my cup of coffee for the day. And that takes till about 10 o'clock. And then so that takes a couple of hours. The whole routine takes a couple of hours. And that is so important to me that's my focus of the day when I wake up. And so then I'm primed. I'm really primed and set for the day. And then from 10 until about 4 o'clock is my deep work. 10 to 4, give or take, is deep work. Okay. Meaning, I'm researching, I'm making content, I'm filming content. I'm a lot of researching, trying to figure out ways to build the brand. It takes me days to learn how to do this streaming software thing. I'm talking full on. And when I'm working, it's not like when I used to work hourly, where, someone else is paying me hourly either way. So I'm just kind of, I'm just kind of hanging out. Got that hourly walk, you know what I'm talking about. If you work at a factory, that hourly walk that's just kind of slow, just nowhere to be really. So I don't work like that anymore. I work very intensely. When I work, I'd use the Pomodoro technique. Okay. So this is in the Viking storefront. It's like $10 or something. Super useful. Okay. If you're self-employed or if you're self-motivated. So I use the Pomodoro technique. Press it 25 minutes. I actually, I like, I used to be really into angel numbers, so I set it at like 25, 5, 5. And so then you just, boom, and 25 minutes. Okay. And this thing is magnetic, and I've got a magnetic desk. So I set it down And for those 25 minutes, I don't check my phone. I don't call. No, I don't do anything except the task that before I start this, I say, okay, I'm going to research what size I need to make these bumper stickers. What size does the graphic need to be? Okay. So for 25 minutes, that's all I'm thinking about. Okay. I'm not, oh yeah, I got to do this or I got to do that. Nope. It's got to wait 25 minutes. And then at the end of that, it beep, 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 it goes off. Then you can take a 10-minute break. You take 10 minutes, between 5 and 10 minutes, but I do 10 minutes. I'll set the timer for 10 minutes. Then I get up and I do something else, or whatever I need to do, walk for a minute, come back, another 25-minute session. Guys, once you start doing that, you'll be astonished at how much you can get accomplished in a short amount of time. Okay, a short amount of time. Now, because you're not messing around. Okay, so it's timed. The countdown is there, and so you're going. Okay, I don't need to think about any of that other stuff. That will have its time, but it's not right now. So focus. Do your thing. Make this content. Get this shot. Do this thing. Whatever it is. And I'll generally do, a handful of rounds of that. And after a handful of rounds of that, your focus is, whoa, okay. And then so after about 2 to 4 o'clock, then it will be lighter work. It will be like physical. It will be physical work. That is, doing things in the garden, moving things, going to the store, doing stuff like that. And then starting at about 7 o'clock, I will begin making dinner, and that takes a good hour and a half, I would say. So between cooking from scratch and eating everything, I would say, and clean, it would be about 2 hours. And then it is generally reading or researching for about an hour or so until 11 o'clock. And then boom, that's the day. I mean, that is pretty much my schedule. It's flexible though, if there's things that need to happen. But it's that deep work part that is important from 10 to 4. That part's important. Also, the morning routine is very important. So that's pretty much it. Now, I used to watch television and stuff like that, but to me, watching television without a purpose is the same like getting high. And so I left all mind and mood altering substances, 6 years ago now. And so because it's just like, it's just a waste. You're just numbing yourself. I mean, you're just kind of, okay, watching TV. Okay, well, what's the purpose? What's it building? What are you progressing towards? What are you learning? Pretty much nothing. You're just numbing the mind so that you can just kind of forget about your situation or whatever it is, at least for myself. So that's why I don't watch television, among 1,000 other reasons I don't watch television. So now several of the things I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning that I generally nurse till about 11 o'clock. And then it will be 1 cup of tea most afternoon. About half of the time I have a cup of yerba mate tea in the afternoon. Yes. Now, Kenny Green, that's a great question, okay? You don't find eating that late at 7:30-ish causes any issues. I thought no food at least 4 hours before sleep. That's a good point and very common question. And so I have found, and this is after years of really just focusing on a routine. I mean, nothing else other than the goal when I came back from the mountains was to become as happy, strong, and healthy as I possibly can get. And so that's the single focus of everything. And to share that, of course, that's part of being the happy, strong, and healthy. So I tried many things. I tried eating earlier in the day and yada yada. But the way that my system works is that once I eat a heavy meal, I am pretty much there's no more work after that. There's not going to be any more work after that. And I forgot to say, I have settled on intermittent fasting. Now they have a name for it, but I make one large meal in the evening where I get all my food, all my calories, vegetables from the garden, everything, meat, potatoes, all that stuff. Huge portion of dinner. I do have at about 12 noon a Viking virility shake, which I will show you here in a moment some of the ingredients. But other than that, I don't eat breakfast, breakfast, lunch, and stuff like that. I'm not eating anything solid until dinner time, and then it is game on for sure. So for me, I found no, that's not any issues at all because, and now the body is trained. It might take some time to get used to, but you'll hear you should never eat past this and that time. Well, that's true for them. That's might be true for them. Sadhguru, for example, many of you know who Sadhguru is. He says, "Oh, you shouldn't eat past 2 o'clock, in the afternoon." Oh, what? And so lunch should be the biggest meal of the day. Well, that's for them. That's what works for Sadhguru, okay? And that's fine. But I urge everyone to find what works for them. But but in order to do that, you got to take it serious. You got to actually, okay, I'm going to observe how I'm feeling and I got to observe the results and you got to give it some time. You can't try it one night. If you're used to eating a heavy lunch and not much dinner or something, and you try eating at 7:30 one or two nights and you're like, oh, that's not for me. That's not what I'm talking about. You got to give it time, a few months, before you can adjust. And once my body adjusted, that is the best possible way for me because I feel light all day long. I feel super light and energized and just clear in the mind. And then come dinner time, oh, I'm hungry. And I will eat, my whole day's calories, basically. I mean, a bunch of stuff. And then after that, it's relaxation. It's relaxation. Do some research. Watch a documentary. Very selective things, mostly on YouTube or read. Definitely, I speed read. I took the Jim Quick speed reading course, which is wonderful. So things like that. But personally, it doesn't cause any issues at all. No. But I also had to adjust my diet. For 2 years, when I was heavy into the teaching meditation at the Indiana Buddhist Temple, I was vegetarian, and so for 2 years I was not eating meat. A couple of times in that time I had meat, but I was not eating meat, and it was just rice, beans, lentils, vegetables, tons of vegetables, tons of lentils. Now that did cause problems because there was so much fiber. Because in order to get the protein that my kind of physique and my kind of body requires, I was eating lots of beans and lentils, and the fiber I was just bloated for so long. And I thought, okay, well, give it time, couple of months. A few months went by, still bloated. A year went by, still after I ate the heavy rice, beans, and lentils and stuff, bloated for hours. 2 years go by, and my body hasn't adjusted to that heavy fiber and rice, beans, lentils. So I just got a strong calling to start eating meat again, and I was listening to the body. And so the first thing I started eating was raw beef liver. I know that seems crazy, but the body was craving it. And so once that happened, then I started eating. It just all snowballs from there, cascades from there. Yeah. So let's see here. Yes, Miss KC says, I've tried intermittent fasting with an early big meal and it messed up my sleep. Waking up hungry at 3 a.m. isn't fun. Yes, definitely. Yes, very true. And I can't go to bed if I'm like hungry, even the slightest bit. I don't get tired. I get energized, and so that's what I like. And so, but I've trained myself to do that. Remember, guys, the human being is a marvel of adaptation, and you can adapt to virtually anything. After 2 years, I wasn't adapting to the vegetarian diet, though. I know that, but for the most part, you can adapt to almost anything. And so if it works better with your lifestyle, I guarantee you, so long as you're eating whole foods in as close to their natural state as possible, that are prepared consciously and that you're growing, hopefully, or the grower, it's not going to matter that much because your body's going to be getting the nourishment that it needs. And so long as you're spending most of your predominant waking hours are in the parasympathetic nervous system, meaning you don't have stress and anxiety hormones flowing through you, then you're going to be just fine. It's not going to matter. More important than anything else is your thoughts. Do you spend the predominant amount of time in the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight, or the stress, or the having to worry or figure things out? That's more than just uncomfortable. It releases hormones in the body. There's a cascade of hormones that happen, and so you and that wears on the body. That prematurely ages you big time. But then if you do the practices and you are conscious about things, you will begin to spend more and more time in the parasympathetic nervous system. And so that is where we are sort of rest and digest, or the feed and breed, yes, like this system. So you will age much more gracefully, definitely, and you'll experience a lot higher quality of life. So I want to go on to okay, now let me get a little sip of this, and then we're going to talk about the number one thing. Okay, when I was in my teens and early 20s, before I left traveling, I was really big into bodybuilding. I was into the gym all the time. I was personal training. I had a couple of clients. I was taking all kinds of supplements and stuff like that. I was like 40 pounds heavier than I am now, just really, into the whole lifestyle. And this is how I know that traditional methods of resistance training will eventually build you a lopsided physique. And now, if you're in your teens and 20s, that's not gonna express itself yet, although it might, even depending on how lopsided. But anytime that you are isolating muscles, you are going to eventually lead to a lopsided physique. Meaning, anytime you sit on a bench and do shoulder press only, like this, then especially with machines, you're eventually going to have a lopsided physique, an out of balance. Anytime that you split up your training regimen, okay, I'm going to do chest and back on this day, and then arms and legs on that day. Splitting the body apart, and that's not how the body works. After all these years, I come to the understanding and the realization, after dealing with injuries myself, that's not how the body works. The body works as one organism, as one unit. You train the whole body all the time. You can sort of specify certain muscle groups, but you train the whole body each time you train. And that you do the movements with the maximum range of motion. And that is going to give you longevity. That's going to give you usable strength. That's going to give you flexibility without even trying. And that's going to give you just the overall feeling of being fit and capable. And the number one tool for that is the kettlebell. The number one tool for that is the kettlebell, guys. And so it's beyond the scope of today's talk, but I can just point you in the direction of the kettlebell, okay? So it is a marvel of training. It's the only thing I do. And it's been about 2 years now. I don't go to the gym at all anymore. I don't do any of that. And all the pains in the back and the shoulders, all the little pains from having a lopsided physique from being in the gym for many years are gone. They're gone. And so the lower back feels amazing. The shoulders feel amazing. Everything feels wonderful because the full range of motion from the kettlebell, guys. So this is what I do in the morning. This is the one I warm up with now. But start light. It doesn't really matter. So there is, I've got my mom on it. I've got everybody on it doing the kettlebells. They even have little 10 pounds. Okay. So, but all the movements are about total range of motion. And it's the type of movement that is very, very, it translates to everyday life very well. It helps you move things. It helps you actually be strong. Because, and I've said this many times, but when I was bodybuilding and I had lots of bodybuilding friends and stuff, even these guys are real big and jacked looking, but try to have them help you move your couch up 3 flights of stairs, or have them help you move, for a day or something. And they're just winded, just gassed right away. Because their muscles don't know how to function outside of those little ranges where they, bench press, shoulder press, lat pull down, like that, those little ranges of motion. Over time, that throws you out of balance. It does. And it leads you to injury, and it leads you to not being able to work, to not being able to do stuff, So the kettlebell is totally different. Full range of motion, it's helping all the supporting muscles, all the things that you're doing are helping dramatically. Okay. So, and every movement is essentially a full body movement. All the stabilizers and everything like that, it's all there. They're all there. Okay. I'm getting really hot now in this thing. So, yes. Creative Soil says the kettlebell exercise sounds awesome. It really is. And you can gauge it to whatever skill level that you're currently at. Okay. So the most important is the kettlebell swing. You'll be doing the kettlebell swing, but then the clean and press. And they're all full body, working the core. Working the core is amazing. So that is what I recommend. Definitely. That's what I turned my mom onto, and my other friend as well. Turning on to the kettlebell. So hold on one second. I've got to change the shirt. I'm getting really hot. So. Okay. Back. So, man, that feels so much better. So, guys, kettlebell. All right. Now, I don't have, it's beyond the scope of this video to like show you anything with the kettlebell. I mean, maybe I could do a video. Maybe I'll do just a simple, it doesn't have to get complicated. So you just do the simple things. The cowgirl in Arizona, my core looks like a kettlebell. Yeah. That's funny. The Freebird says, I missed it, Nate. Did you say where you bought them? This one you can get from Walmart. Okay, so they've got these. They're real cheap at Walmart's. They're cheap. The cheapest place to get them is Walmart. For most people, that's going to be adequate. So they make tons of different kind, but don't really worry about it. I mean, until you get real into it, you don't need like the different kinds, just the different weights. Okay, so you start with doing individual ones, but then you will progress to doing doubles. To where you can do double kettlebells. It's a wonderful thing. These are the old school ones. I found them on Facebook Marketplace. A guy was selling an entire set of these. There's 12 of them, 6 pairs, and they go all the way up to 82 pounds. These are the original Russian kettlebells from the 90s. And so he was selling them super cheap. He didn't really know what he had. So as soon as I saw that, they were listed for like 20 minutes. I said, I'll be there right now. And got the whole set. Oh, I just felt like I was stealing them almost. So, yes, Brian says, finding the way in the new me. All the new practices are appreciated, my Viking friend. Definitely get you on that kettlebell. Everyone listening, if you haven't already started doing kettlebell, do it. Begin at least looking into it, okay? Megan McGuire, please do a video. I need more strength training in my life. I can. I think I can. Definitely. I mean, I know I could for sure, but it's like, do I have the time for all that? But I need to, because I want you guys to be doing it. It's so important. Now, that is the kettlebell workout, okay? So after that, then, I will do the stretching protocol, okay? So a really good stretching program, if you haven't already, and I'm not affiliated with this, but it's simple, it's cheap. Look up hyperbolic stretching. He's got like a Facebook group. I think you can just go hyperbolicstretching.com, and it's like $40. You get lifetime access, and it's a whole series of just 10-minute stretching programs. And that combined with the kettlebell has totally eliminated the sciatica pain, the lower back pain, all that kind of the knee pain, all that kind of stuff just just evaporates, and you feel wonderful through these training protocols. So the hyperbolic stretching is simple, easy. Everyone can do it no matter what level you're at. I highly recommend it. So don't worry about the exaggerated claims of being able to do the splits and stuff like that. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you're going to feel good. It's going to open up those hip flexors. It's going to open up all that stuff that is tight from sitting and from lack of things. Yeah. So yes. So then I do the stretching program. Okay. The hyperbolic stretching program, although I've built my own around that now, but for you guys, start with the hyperbolic stretching program. And then, yes, okay. VA Green says people quit training every day. Facebook is a great place to find weights. Definitely you'll find somebody that was all gung-ho about it and bought a bunch of stuff, and then they're like, oh, we don't really ever use it. Don't be that person. Okay. But benefit from that by purchasing it cheap. So then after the stretching protocol, I do the breathing exercises, definitely, which I will make some videos this coming fall about proper breathing exercise. We'll do a guided one together. But it's the same protocol. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's about 30 of the breaths, 70 or 100% in, 70% out. Like that, 100% in, 70% out. 30 of those, hold on the exhalation as long as you can. Then when you really got to breathe again, fully in, squeeze to the head. We do 3 rounds of that. There's all kinds of benefits that does to the system, but one of the primary ones is that it signals to the body when you do the breath hold after the oxygenation. You're super saturating the blood with the oxygen with the breathing protocol. And then when you hold with the exhalation, you will signal to the body, hey, we need more oxygen. The body is going to say, hey, we need more oxygen. So it's going to then become very efficient at absorbing oxygen for the rest of the day. And all of this is backed by science now through the Wim Hof and everything that he's been doing and many other people. But so just in a nutshell, I mean, that's one of the many benefits that it does. So you're in a very hyper efficient state of oxygen absorption throughout the day. And this is very beneficial in so many ways. So the breathing exercises, like the meditation, are just the most important things that you can do. It really is. So the cowgirl says, at 45, I'm aging backwards. Thanks again for all your wisdom. Definitely. Yes, this is possible. Okay. Pilar, yes, this is an old saying from yoga philosophies. Says a man is only as old as his spine. Yes, I've also heard it. A man is as young as his spine is supple. Yes. But basically, yes, the spine, I mean, the flexibility is so important. When I was in my teens and 20s, bodybuilding and stuff, boom, yeah, no, I didn't realize any of that. I was getting real stiff and I was getting real lopsided. And then one day it just came that I herniated my one of my lower discs in my back because my physique had got so lopsided from bodybuilding, by splitting body parts into different things. And thinking that the body functions in that way, which it doesn't. It functions as one unit. So all your exercises need to hit all the muscles. You lift the whole thing. Yes. So, okay, let me get to the, so then I will have, at about noon, I will have the Viking Virility Shake. Okay. And the Viking Virility Shake is as follows. Okay. It is 2 cups of blueberries or cherries, frozen from Costco, organic, of course. Then 2 cups of raw milk, about 1/4 cup of raw cream, and then 5 raw eggs. And then it is all of this. So okay, and I'll just go over them real quick for you guys because I know that some people want to see them. So now, one of the best things, guys, organic hemp hearts. I eat 4 tablespoons. This is all going into that shake. I just described the ingredients. Now here's the rest of the ingredients. I mean, that's a straight up Viking virility shake. Hemp hearts, guys, very beneficial. Okay. There's very few substances that can boast this kind of nutrient profile. Okay. Look at all those. Look at the amounts. The screen is mirrored, so it's really tough right now, but look at the amounts of vitamins and minerals in here. Okay. Huge amounts of magnesium, which is difficult to get. All right. In 4 tablespoons, you get 100% of your daily value of magnesium, which is in its bioavailable form. All of these vitamins are going to be bioavailable because they're coming from a whole food. You're not messing around with chemical supplements and stuff like that. Look at this. The iron, potassium, thiamine, niacin, folate, manganese, phosphorus, all that stuff. Boatloads of it. And 25 minutes were up. So now I would take a break for 10 minutes. But we're not going to take a break now. So then, and also look at the protein, okay? So you're getting, in 4 tablespoons, you're getting 20 grams of protein and 28 grams of high quality fat. These are just a superfood beyond belief. They really are. And they don't add a bitter taste or anything like that. So I highly suggest the hemp hearts, guys, to go into the smoothies. And they're not loaded with too much fiber so that you're like all bloated and stuff like that. Next thing is going to be ginkgo, guys. I do the ginkgo biloba. Yes, I do a scoop of that into there. I also do a scoop of the goat weed. Yes, you know what that is. I do a scoop of that. That is this one. Yes, and it's really amazing. It really helps to boost the fire. It really helps to boost the fire. I can confirm this. Those are things we can talk about maybe with the membership crew. You know what I mean? So then the next thing is going to be in ginseng. It's and this is red panax ginseng. Very important. The American ginseng is kind of more cooling in the Ayurveda or in the traditional Chinese Eastern philosophy. But the panax red ginseng is stimulating, very stimulating. So I haven't had my shake yet today. I'm going to at about 12 noon. I have it every day. But this is a good one. So all of these will be in the Viking storefront. These are really high quality ones. This is not an extract. This is literally organic ginseng root that is processed in the panax way, meaning it's dried and in a certain way and then ground. So I found this to be very stimulating, very stimulating. And then the other thing is going to be the maca powder. Oops, maca powder, which I need to refill my thing now today. But that's what it is, the maca root powder, like this. Now, all these things, these are not supplements. These are just the root. This is this root ground up. This is this root ground up. You know, this is this plant ground up. So it's not like I don't even consider these supplements really like most people would think, you know, but they are highly, highly beneficial. Now, another one that is a major superfood, but I don't always put it in the smoothie because it really affects the taste a lot, is the moringa. Okay. So moringa is, again, another plant that is loaded with minerals. Not as much as the hemp hearts, but still, look at that iron. 90% daily iron intake in 1 tablespoon. Okay. So you really want to get this stuff in your life. Now, another thing that is really beneficial, but majorly affects the flavor of things is spirulina. Now, this is mostly about phytonutrients. Okay. So it's going to be about things that you don't necessarily see on the back of as far as the nutrition facts. Okay. It's going to be more like these for phytonutrients. This isn't about the vitamins and minerals. It's about the things that are really behind the scenes working. Okay. But the spirulina can be tough to take. But if you guys want a really powerful shake that is good for digestion, juice half of a pineapple and put 2 tablespoons of spirulina into that juice. And it is so delicious. The pineapple juice with the spirulina balances each other out and is very delicious. Okay. Next thing I put into the shake, and I'm serious, all this goes into the shake. It's amazing. And is raw pumpkin seeds, but just 1 ounce of raw pumpkin seeds, tons of magnesium and zinc. Zinc is very difficult to get actually in its natural, in most people's diet are deficient in magnesium and zinc. Very important. All right. So that is a brief rundown of the supplements. Now, one more thing that I don't actually have up here is the Shilajit, okay? Which there's a link in the description to the Shilajit. If you guys want to see which one I recommend and which one I take myself. So, so that's the rundown, guys. That is all the supplements. That is the morning routine. Now, another practice is the sauna therapy. Okay. So we do the wood-fired sauna. Wood-fired sauna season is coming. Wood-fired sauna season is coming, my friends. And so I've got a wood-fired sauna tent. And I put a link in the description. I'm not affiliated with this company in any way. They don't even know I'm doing it. I put a link in the description to the wood-fired sauna tent. Highly recommend getting one. Okay. I was affiliated a little bit with another company, but that since it doesn't work out, but those tents are still great because I know Jerry has one. Those tents are still fantastic. But the new one that I have is my favorite of all. And so it's just a sauna tent and you set it up and it gets blazing hot. I mean, hot like a sweat lodge. You go in there, you pour water over the rocks, opens up. I put essential oils into some of the water, opens up everything. I hold classes. You guys know I hold classes over the wintertime, showing people how to do this. We go right from the wood-fired sauna right to the ice bath, and then back to the sauna, back to the ice bath, 3 rounds. It's amazing. Okay. But if you don't have that infrastructure to get the wood-fired sauna, then you can get the steam sauna. So I put a link in the description and it's much, much cheaper, of course, it's like one of those grow tents with a little steam generator. And I also have one of those. Very convenient. You can just pour the water in there, click it on. 20 minutes later, the thing is blazing hot, full of steam. I mean, it gets so much steam you can hardly see. It's like a proper steam room, which also has its other incredible benefits. So one of the 2 options, though, should work for you. You need to get one of those 2 in your life. I highly recommend the wood-fired sauna, but if you can't get that, get the steam sauna. It's $150 or something. Plug it in, and I've had mine going for 3 years now, and it works amazing, and I love that thing. So yes. Freebird says, that sounds so amazing. A sauna tent. My muscles are saying, yes, please. Yes. Watch. I think I made an actual video on this channel last year. So go and watch that one if you want. And it will show you that's the old sauna tent that I had. I still have it, but I have a newer one that's much bigger. So for the classes, go back and watch that right after this, and you will see it. It's so nice. It's so nice. I mean, it has totally transformed my entire experience of winter by having that. It's totally transformed the experience of winter. I no longer dread a long 6 months without growing and stuff like that. No, because I know that now we're going to be doing sauna every day, sauna and ice bath, and we're going to feel fantastic. And we're not going to be getting sick, really. We're just maybe a little sniffle here and there, but that's it. While everyone else is like, oh, it's all, getting sick all season. So, Kenny Green says, put all that in your cement mixer and sell in 5-gallon buckets. Yes. Mix it all together and sell the Viking Virility blend. There we go. That's not a bad idea. But people can mix that up themselves, really. And so maybe someday, but the Viking granular fertilizer is different. People don't, it's hard to mix that up right yourself, and the right ingredient, the right proportions, all of that stuff. So, let's see, I forgot to have the banners running, during this. Why didn't you guys tell me? No banners. So, oh yeah, here's another one. Okay. Want a master cleanse consultation? We can do that. $100 an hour or however long it takes to get you a rock solid plan for your cleanse and beyond. We can do that. We can get that scheduled if you want. So, guys, I hope that we just touched the surface of all this stuff. Okay, so there's so much more that we could talk about in terms of the practices, but I want to make individual videos on these things. But the root of it is that you guys all need to be cold training, sauna therapy, breath work, kettlebell training, Viking virility shakes, all that stuff, and the meditation. All that stuff combined, and you're going to be feeling amazing. You'll have no option but to see your whole life begin to improve day by day, every day, in every way. It's getting better and better. And that becomes your reality. But it only becomes your reality if you start implementing the practices. It doesn't become your reality if you just keep thinking that over and over. Although if you think it long enough, it will become, because you'll be compelled to do these things. But it happens because of your actions. That's what it's all about. It's not magic. It's not anything but action. But you have to do it. And so by doing it is, okay, well, I'm going to go to Costco. I'm going to get a bag of this. And I'm going to go to the Viking storefront, order some of these things, and order the She Legit. I'm going to order the sauna tent. There's no greater investment than your thriving health. I mean, everybody wants to save money on health things until they get sick. And then they would give any money in the world to not be diabetic or to not have cardiovascular disease or whatever it is. Everyone wants to think other things are more important until they get ill. I mean, really ill with something chronic or something. And then they would give any amount of money. But it's too late at that point. And so there's no wiser investment. Okay. And remember, it's not about living longer. That's often a side effect. That's often a byproduct. It's about living fuller. Okay. It's not about adding years to the life. It's about adding life to the years. Remember that. And that's absolutely true, because anyone could get taken out any day in a car accident or something like that. But it's the fullness of those years that you are alive that is the most important, in my opinion. Often, though, a longevity is a side effect of that. So it's great. Okay, guys. So hope I got enough banners going on here and all that stuff. So yes, and I'm doing memberships on the other channel. I'm also going to do memberships on this channel because YouTube's really pushing it. Now, I'm not going to take away anything from people. I'm going to add things for the membership people. But on the Viking channel, I think I'm just going to do a $2, just $2, and you can be a member and just try to get as many members as possible. Maybe like a $20 tier if people are, for the baller tier, they really want to contribute. But I want everyone to be able to be a member. It's $2, something. Then that way YouTube can say, hey, he's got members. And so let's promote him more because he's playing the game. You got to play the game, So let me know what kind of extra things you would like to see on this channel. We could do a members only live stream. Maybe, although there isn't that many people in this one, but who knows? So let me know what you guys want to see and what kind of price point would be good. But if we don't play that game, YouTube's going to stop promoting us. Even though it doesn't really promote this channel, it will, maybe. I don't know, but we got to play the game. So that's what I'm talking about. So, okay, guys. Ooh, yeah, Pilar, that's a good one. Another saying, a person with health has a million dreams. Someone without health has only one. That's right. And that's getting better. That's health. Their only dream is being healthy. So why not be preemptive about it and take control of your health now? Okay, so remember that hyperbolic stretching program, kettlebell training, She Legit, Viking virility shake, all that kind of stuff. Breath work. Yes. Take the Wim Hof fundamentals course. Guys, take the Wim Hof fundamentals course. $150, something like that. Best $150 you could ever spend in your life. Even though we will do that kind of thing, this is not extensive enough for me to teach it to you, and Wim Hof already does it, so you can go to his website and sign up for his fundamentals course. Highly recommend it, okay? And then that way, when we talk about it, I can help us deepen the practice. But you will learn it from that. And it's a video course. It's a 10-week video course, new videos every week. It's really great. It really is. And Wim's personality is amazing. Val says Pinball charges 99 cents for a membership because, like you, he wants to be promoted. Yes, that's a wise idea. That is a good idea. Megan McGuire says, Nate, are you worried about censorship on YouTube with your channel? Oh, I mean, worried about it? No. But aware of it? Yes. Absolutely aware of it, especially this channel. This channel gets nothing whatsoever. This shadow banned. And I would say even the gardening channel has gotten that way now, because I mean it's like next to nothing now. I mean it really is just. But this channel definitely. I mean this isn't promoted to anybody because of the things we talk about, and they're not like conflict causing. They're not causing people to go, hey, make a bunch of comments and share with it. Can you believe what he said here and have a big strong opinion? No, this channel is all about just step out of that whole nonsense and awaken, and you will be free of all control methods used against you and everything. So they don't want that message. They're not promoting that message. They're promoting, the latest thing, whatever it is. So, and I just know that, but that's not why we're doing it. So we're doing it just because we're compelled to do it, because the infinite spirit goes before me and opens the way. And so this is the way. This is just obvious to me. So, yes, Megan McGuire, YouTube censors healthy living. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to think that they're not in some way influenced by things like big pharma would be absurd. Say, hey, let's just, we need people to be sick and dependent on the system. Okay. So in order for that, we need them to eat our foods that have our chemicals in them so that they will get the illnesses that we know they're going to get, so that we can then sell them the cure, the cure to the symptoms, not the cure. No, we ain't going to cure anything. We're going to sell them the medicine for the symptoms, of course, which will never cure anything. But that's the plan. That's the business model. So no, they're not going to say, okay, so you mean you can pretty much eliminate mostly all your diseases except for like acute accidents. You break your arm or something like that. That's totally different. But you can pretty much eliminate the healthcare industry by very healthy living, like they've been doing for thousands and thousands of years. So yeah, they're not into that. Okay. Cowgirl, you can do whatever you want. You can post this anywhere you want. That'd be awesome. Yeah. VA Green says, didn't you run into the same thing last year at the end of season? People's interest kind of died off. Well, last year it was, guys, last year on that channel, all the metrics, my channel was exploding on that gardening channel, 20, 30,000 views a day, just like that. And then I took this survey because YouTube said, hey, we want to promote fairness for everybody and make sure that YouTube works for everybody. So tell us these things about yourself. So I took the survey, naive as I was, and the next day, all the metrics plummeted off a cliff. All the views, and continued to go down, and they've never resurfaced. It's never even come close to anywhere that it was before I took that survey. Yeah, I won't get too deep into it, but that's how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. That's the world that we're living in. So that happened. All right. But we're just going to run with it. We're going to just perfect our craft, perfect the craft, and get the presentation down and learn the things that we can, connect with the people that we can. And we're just going to adjust, adapt, and thrive no matter what. No matter what. Yes. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yes, Freebird, great show today. I love being here with everyone. Thank you, Nate Tribe. You're the best part of the week. Yes, definitely. Okay, so, guys, we will see you right here. Teats Treats, good to see you here. My friend says, have you thought about other platforms like Patreon? I've thought about them, not like seriously, though. I should. But isn't that, I don't really understand Patreon. I thought it's through YouTube. I don't, I want to look into it, though, definitely. Yes, I want to look into it. So, all right, guys, Well, thank you, Nima. Says thanks for being. Oops. Alberto, $5, ready to quench my soul in this live stream. My first visit here. Yes, my friend. I'm so happy you're here. We had an awesome consultation a couple weeks ago that I still think about. Very inspirational and impactful to me. So thank you very much, Alberto. Go back and watch from the beginning if you didn't already. But it says everything that we need, all the practices, everything is here that we need. All right. So, guys, we will. Yes, Pilar says, I feel the love from you all. It's palpable. Thank you, Nate. Yes, my friends. Okay. So we will see you right here next time. And let me know video topic ideas. If you have topics for future ideas, let us know. And put them in the comments, the actual comment section, and put them in the long, ask them in as long of detail as you can so that we have the most amount of things to work with. Okay? All right, guys. Infinite Spirit goes before me and opens the way. Infinite wisdom tells me what to do and what to say. Infinite Spirit goes before me and opens the way. Infinite wisdom tells me what to do and what to say. Infinite Spirit goes before me and opens the way. Infinite wisdom tells me what to do and what to say. Thank you, my friends.